everyone. Today I'm going to talk about active and passive voice. When you're studying active and passive voice, what happens is you tend to mix it up with direct and indirect speech. There is a great difference between the two. I would request you to forget direct and indirect speech while you study this from this particular video. What do I mean by active voice and passive voice? Voice is basically for verb. We are talking about the verb over here, right? So when I say Ravi eats mangoes. Ravi eats mangoes. There are two ways of saying it. The meaning will not change. So in active and passive voice, the meaning does not change. Let's see what I mean. Can I say that mangoes are eaten by Ravi? Mangoes are eaten by Ravi. So what am I trying to say? I am trying to say that here Ravi, who is the subject, is very important. And what is he doing? He is eating. That means this is the verb. And what is he eating? Mangoes. That is the object. Is that clear till here? And this shows action. But who is doing the action? Ravi. Who is Ravi? The subject. So when the subject is important, then we have the active voice. And when I change this into passive, all that I do is I bring the object where the subject is and take the subject and make it the object, right? So what do I say? Mangoes are eaten by Ravi. It means the same thing. Ravi eats mangoes. Mangoes are eaten by Ravi. So what is more important in the passive voice is this. And what is this? This is the action. So that means the action is more important in passive voice. You can remember it this way, that the verb or the action shown by the verb becomes more important than the person who is doing that action. If you understood this, then I will move ahead. If you haven't, rewind your video and keep seeing this till you understand what I have said here. One thing that you need to remember is that when you change a sentence which is in active voice into passive voice, you do not change the tense. Yes, I am talking about the tense of the verb. But what you use in the passive voice is this. If you are using simple present tense, simple present tense. Simple present tense means, like we said, eats. Ravi eats mangoes. Eat or eats. This is present tense. But when you change it into passive voice, you know what happens is, when I say Ravi eats mangoes, I have only the verb without anything else. I have the subject, I have the object, and in between I have the verb. Ravi eats mangoes. And when I change it into passive voice, this will change always into the third form of the verb, which is known as the past participle. So what is the past participle of eat? Present tense, past tense, and past participle. And you know, the past participle, very often you hear it being called the third form, because this is the first form, second form, and the third form. Clear? So if I write eat, I often write only eat, but it's actually eat or eats. This will become ate, and this will become eaten. Just remember this, that the past participle is very, very important in passive voice. We will use past participle everywhere. So let's see how. I said past participle, and past participle of eat or eats is eaten. Right? So if the sentence in active form is Ravi eats a mango, I will write a mango is eaten by Ravi. This by I'm not really going to consider right now, because in some sentences you might not even use it. Yes. So this means that I have added, the past participle is there, but I have added something else. And what is that? Is eaten. Right? So my sentence has become a mango is eaten by Ravi. Now supposing this was Ravi eats mangoes, then what would it be? This would become mangoes is eaten or are eaten. So mangoes are eaten by Ravi. So this means here I could have are also. And if Ravi eats mango, supposing I say Ravi eats me. Yes. Supposing I write Ravi eats me, it will become I am eaten by Ravi. Alright? This is just a joke. Alright? But then this means that I can also have am. Right? But each time I had this word. What is this? The past participle. So this can be understood in this manner, that when it is simple present tense, the tense will not change, but the simple present tense of the active, first one, simple present tense, will remain simple present tense. It will not change. But what will happen when I change it? The tense will not change. It will stay simple present tense. But it will become am, is, are, plus past participle, and of course in certain cases by also is seen. So I'm writing this over here, but I suggest that you put it in brackets. Is that clear? Now let's go to simple past tense. If you've copied this, I am going to simple past tense. Look how simple this is. Ravi ate a mango. A mango. This is the subject, this is the object. I bring the object here and I take the subject there. A mango, and this is past tense. It is past tense. So I write a mango was eaten by Ravi. So what has happened? I have added a was here, and this is the past participle. So this means I am writing over here was, and if the sentence, I'm giving you a second example. This is one. Supposing this was mangoes. Ravi ate mangoes. So this will become mangoes were eaten by Ravi. So this means that I will have was or were, and in addition to that, I will have the past participle. So if I have to write this, what will I write? This is what I need to note down. Please note this down. So this is my second one. And this is the tense does not change. It remains the same. And over here, all that you do is you do was, were, plus past participle, and you could have plus by, but put this in bracket. Sometimes it is not taken. Alright? So now, if I have done this, let me go to my third one. And what is my third one? My third one will be my present perfect. Present perfect means I will have has or have, and with has and have, I always have the third form of the verb. Has eaten, has played, play, played, played. So it will be has, have plus past participle. And when I change it into passive, it will still have has, have plus been plus past participle. And of course, plus by can be written, but you don't need to bother about that again and again. So let's see a sentence. She has completed her work. She has completed her work. She is the subject. Her work is the object, and look at this. This thing has completed tells us this is present perfect. And when I change it, it will become her work has, because her work is singular, has been past participle of completed. Because this is also past participle. With has, have, you have past participle only. Has been completed. You can write by her. You can leave it also. I hope these 3 rules are clear. And the last one for this video is the past perfect. In past perfect again, you use had. So there is no problem. You will have had here plus the past participle, and here you will have had plus been plus past participle. So this means if I were to write this, she had completed her work. So it will become her work had been completed by her. You can write it or you can leave that out. I'll tell you when we leave it out later. So this much is there for you to revise, and this one is the fourth one. There are many others also. You have future also, but I'm going to take up your present continuous and past continuous in my next video. So enjoy understanding it. Even if you don't like it, try it. I'm sure you'll be able to do the exercises. Share this video as much as possible so that others can also benefit from it. Bye-bye for now.